Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we'll talk about Java packages and the import statement. Over the last couple of videos we've used a starter project and saw that our main class was placed inside a Java package. In my case, the base Java package that I chose for this project is io.jcoder.starter. And currently I have the main class that has our main method and also the airplane class that we've used in our last videos. For this video, in my main method, I'm creating a new airplane object. I'm calling also the land method on that airplane, and I'm printing out whether the airplane has landed or not. Okay, so what are packages in Java? Packages provide a way to organize sets of related classes into the same namespace, similar to what is done to organize files inside folders in a computer. This also helps in managing the classes in larger projects, where you might have hundreds or thousands of files. Ideally, sets of related classes would live close together, and this would make them easier to find and use. They also help you to prevent name conflicts between classes. So, for example, let's assume that you're developing a system for a travel agency, and that travel agency integrates with multiple airlines. Each airline could define their own class to represent a flight without conflicting with one another, as they would live in different packages. Okay, the reason I have the airplane class in this example is that I want to show you how to create a new Java package, how it relates to the folders in our hard drive, and then introduce the import statement. So our airplane class in our example system represents the data. So I want to go ahead and create a sub-package called data. At a high level, think of this as creating a subfolder in your computer. So we're gonna right-click in our package, go to New, and select the package option. It doesn't matter if you're using a different package name, by the way, feel free to use a different one. Now, in the text box that you get, I'm gonna type data at the end of it. So io.jcoder.starter.data. And I'm gonna press enter. Excellent, we now have a new Java package, and in my case, it's io.jcoder.starter.data. And you're going to see that IntelliJ automatically chose us the data sub package inside of our io.jcoder.starter package. Now, I want you to right click on that package and click the Show in Explorer option. I believe that this option is named differently in Mac and Linux. So apologies, I don't know the exact name in those platforms, but the option will basically show you the location for this package in your Windows Explorer or Finder for your respective OS. So what I wanted to highlight here is that in Java, there is a direct relationship between the packages and your folder structure in your machine. So in my case, because the package I'm using is io.jcoder.starter.data, it means that I have an io.jcoder.starter.data folders. And if I click on the starter package, you're gonna see that the airplane and the main Java files are inside that folder, because that's where they live at the moment in my project. They belong to the io.jcoder.starter package. Okay, back to the IDE. Now, I want us to move our airplane class to our new data subpackage. In most IDEs, if not all of them, this is done simply by dragging our file to the new package. This operation is a type of code refactoring, and IntelliJ is asking us for confirmation. So we're going to go ahead and refactor our code. Now, if you open the airplane class file again, you will see that the IDE automatically updated the package line to correspond to the new package where it now lives. So now I have in my package line here io.jcoder.starter.data. There is a second important thing that happened when we did this refactor, and it happened in our main.java file. Even though we didn't really change the main class at all, I mean, we moved the airplane file, our main class was using the airplane class. Now, when we have a class, for example, main, that is using classes that live in other packages, we need to use the import statement. For example, after we moved the airplane class, IntelliJ automatically added an import statement to our main file. Import statements have a few different forms, but the main one we will see in this video is this one, where we specify the fully qualified name of the class. This is the package name where the class lives and the class name. Once a class is imported, we can start using it. So let's try removing that import statement and see what happens. So you should get a compilation error straight away when you hover over the airplane class. IntelliJ is going to show you a message that reads cannot resolve symbol airplane, and that basically means that our main file doesn't know what an airplane is. To fix this, we can of course re-add the import statement because that's what caused the problem. However, I want to show you in IntelliJ how to resolve this in a couple of different ways. Other IDEs have similar functionality. So in IntelliJ, when I hover over the airplane error, it shows us a dialog, and inside there is a link that says import class. So that's one option. So another option is if your cursor is on top of the word and you type Alt-Enter, IntelliJ is going to give you a few options that it detects that are possible solutions to this problem. In our case, using either the keyboard or the mouse, you select the import class option. Now, there is an exception to the rule about using import, and that is when the class we want to use lives on packages imported by default. So as we saw, the current package where the class lives is imported by default. In addition to that, all the classes that live inside the java.lang package are also included by default. The java.lang package contains all the fundamental classes to the Java language, and hence it is imported by default. Now, we can find all the details about the classes in that package, in the java.lang package, by searching, for example, Java 11 java.lang package. And, well, the first option that we get here is the documentation, the Java documentation for that package. Now, what you're seeing here are the Java docs for all the classes in that package. We haven't covered yet any of these classes, but we will start introducing some of them in later videos and in later courses. However, the import statement is fundamental to using libraries provided by other Java developers. So let's recap what we covered in this video. We introduced the concept of Java packages and some of the benefits they bring. We saw an example of how to move a class to a different package using an IDE. And we introduced the import package statement and saw what happens if we use a class from a different package without importing it first. And that's it for this video, guys. We hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, everyone.